this 10 years anniversary really allows us to, I think, take a pause and reflect a little bit on what we've done in the last 10 years. And when I was reflecting where we went with plan, for last 10 years and where we are heading, I said, we are celebrating a lot of success. We work so holistically with children and youth, and we say, this is great. We get so many children now survive first 5 years. And our education folks are celebrating. We got so many children into primary education. We are getting more in secondary. We are trying to keep girls in secondary. For what, right? For hopefully that successful transition to adulthood, which means, getting a job or be self-employed. But then when we look at the numbers, at the, more objective data, if you will, did we really make a, difference? We still know that even the young people who get the job, 1/3 are still at the extreme or moderate poverty levels, so they cannot lift themselves out of that poverty line, right? So that's a problem. Worldwide, we are still above 13% on youth unemployment, which is close to historic peak in 2002. So again, we didn't really make a dent there yet. And then on a gender gap, if you look at gender gap in employment or in wages, I looked at some data. 1995, the gender gap in employment was about 26%. 20 years later, we are at 25.5, only 0.5% difference. If you look at the average annual pay for women, it's what men had an average annual pay 10 years ago. So with the speed, we would close the gender gap in 70 years, and that is a long time. So kind of reflecting on all that, I said, what do we have to do differently to be in different place and have 2026 conference here and really celebrate a transformational change? From where we sit, we believe that we have to invest in the skill building really early. The latest evidence shows that some of these soft skills are built in developed economies actually in preschool, in kindergarten. The working with others, team members, negotiation skills, and then math skills. Apparently, the combination of this, soft and hard skills, will be what young people will need in the jobs which will be there in 10 years, which we don't even know about right now. We don't even know what these jobs are, but that's the combination of skills. So how do we get people in developing countries to obtain and have these skills to be prepared for those future jobs, which we don't even know what they are right now. So with that, I reflected on what do we need to do to empower girls and getting that broader social inclusion, because we know that that's not only a right thing to do, it's a smart thing to do. There are huge costs associated with gender inequality. And I thought about my roommate from university, Margarita. Margarita was somebody from Mexico, underprivileged background, and she got into PhD into metallurgy, engineering, and steel. And she got a job in a highly qualified, highly skilled job in an industry which is dominated by males. So we talk about it, how did you get here? And why you are interested in this? And she's really passionate about what she does. And she told me, what? My father taught me chess, and he taught it early. And I tried to beat my father, and then my brother. And then I went through school, and I was like, I can be good at math as good as others and as good as boys. And that went with her, and she got there. And for me, that's the empowerment, because she built the confidence first, then she got the right skills, and then she was able to be matched with the right employer. And I think that's what we know in theory works. Now, how we can do it at scale and really get to that transformational change, but that's the story for me. The last but not least, and really sharing it here with my fellow speaker, is the empowerment and getting young people to helping us solve these complex issues. Not doing it to them, but with them. And we all, I think, in this room believe in that, and we talk about positive youth development, we see them as an asset, but I think we need to be very pragmatic how we're gonna really do it, because we still see solicitation where I don't know if adults really consulted with youth. Really, we've heard from them what the barriers are, and then we try to design around it. We also don't have sometimes time to respond to this solicitation, because we don't have that time to sit with young people, hear it from them, and then maybe follow our solution. So just something to be really critical about. It cannot be done by adults and then push on youth. It doesn't work. We've learned that. So let's take them really to the table. Let's hear what they are saying, and then let's design a solution with them, because they will be really transformational and sustainable.